Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So tonight I thought it would be fun to do something I've done before, and that is try to find the next low cap gem, the next 10x Gem Altcoin. I think this is pretty fun. Pretty much I have no real topic to talk about, but a lot of you guys have ideas. A lot of you guys have projects that you're eyeing, and we can try to spot one together. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 2 streams every day, 11:30 a.m., 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Especially Instagram. It's blowing up right now, and I have a lot of cool short segments for those of you guys that can't watch my whole video. But I've been adding timestamps, so hopefully that's been helping. All right, guys, let's do this. Brian just super chatted me without any question. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support. So let's do this. I want to change my screen here. So no, this isn't a chart of Bitcoin. This is a chart of Binance Coin, which is just on a staggering run right now. Since it bottomed out around here, March 25th, that was only like 2 weeks ago, around 223. It has more than doubled. It has more than doubled. I mean, Binance Coin is on a tear. This morning, my entire video was based on 2 exchange tokens, Binance and KuCoin, and I went through everything that these platforms do and what they're about and how the Coinbase IPO is driving things up. If you didn't watch the video, make sure you do so. There's a lot more to Binance than just having an exchange or 2. There's just so much, right? And it is exploding. You're getting rewarded. And now, if you look at it, it is above $70 billion. This morning was like $69 billion or $67 billion. Now $73 billion. This gap between Binance Coin and Ethereum is closing extremely fast. Extremely fast. By the time the Coinbase IPO actually hits, I wonder if Binance will be at like 150 billion by that time. It's really nuts. And same thing with KuCoin. You know, I'm a big fan of KuCoin, been using them for years. They're basically a tiny little copy of Binance Coin, but you know what? 142% gain within a single week, not too shabby, and it's climbing up. And you know, Harmony has been a project I really like that's been sagging for a while. Now KuCoin's about to flip them too. So again, if you didn't watch those 2 videos, make sure you do so because I think there's a lot more room to grow. All right. Now, before I get to finding the next low cap or 10x altcoin, I do have a sponsor. This is someone that I did talk about before, and that's BogTools. So they're all about Binance Smart Chain. Since I just led on with Binance, why not Binance Smart Chain? So they're more than just Oracle. They start out with Oracle. So when I first did a segment on them, you know, I looked at what their Oracle was all about. And they're just like all traditional Oracles. They could fetch data, right? That's what an Oracle is, basically fetch data. But they added things like randomness, which is something that you know, Chainlink added recently. But within that guide that kind of showed what they were doing, they talked about other things. Now they're releasing those other things. For example, one of the things that we're really proud of is the fact that there is ability to place limit orders. Okay, and that has just released. So I looked at it. This is kind of cool. So this is like their whole list of like tools that they have. So now they allow you to place limit orders, but only buy orders from now. Basically, anything that's on PancakeSwap, since they are partnered up with them, you can buy. It actually looks kind of cool. So if you go to here, you connect your wallet, then you select your token, right? They're all BNB pairs, but you could see that, of course, their own Bog, PancakeSwap, BTC, ETH, 1inch. I'm not gonna name this one. Venus, Swipe, Alpha. You know, all the big ones, right? All the big ones. Even Anchor, Burger Swap. So all the big ones. Bakery Swap, Bunny. So yeah, it's a really cool interface, very easy to use, just like most dexes that you see out there, right? Even you can set your target price. This is all limit orders, by the way. You can set your slippage in case, you know, the deviation is too big. You can set that. You can control it. And pretty soon, they're going to have sell orders as well. All right. Besides that, they also released their charts. So this is what it looks like. pretty fancy. So yeah, I mean, it's traditionally what a chart looks like, but it's pretty cool. And they give you some cool statistics down here that actually almost 7.4 million of liquidity on PancakeSwap is from Bog Finance. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So as you can see, BogTools, they're basically, they're creating more and more tools to make it very easy for you to basically do anything within the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. So that is BogTools and Bog Finance. So if you want to check them out, make sure you do so. I'll have the links in the description of this video and just in the description of this video. All right, that is it. Now let's get to, you guys are sending out large super chats already, so hopefully I didn't miss any of them. But let's do this. Number one, Brian has no question. BDC, thank you again. I appreciate these thank you super chats. And today I'm out of White Claw since they're not sponsoring me. So now I'm just back to my good old Miller Lite, in case you guys are wondering. Worth your time to consider a Flexa versus Pundy side-by-side deep dive comparison in Kodiak. You know what? They're very different, though. They're very, very different. Keep in mind, I'm sure you're talking about AMP token. Now, AMP token is a collateral token for the Flexa app. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you're using the Flexa app to pay with Bitcoin, rather than wait 10 minutes, the collateral AMP is used to cover that in case a transaction somehow doesn't go through or something like that. Although I've never really seen that before, but that's what it is. Flexa is just pure payment app. Pundy, on the other hand, they have their payments at their wallet, but they also have a proof of a POS system, a physical system. So that's a little bit different. And also, Pundy has a lot more to it. They have their own chain that's coming up, staking. They just did the redenomination, by the way. So if you're like on an exchange that's doing it, it should be done. So the two they're kind of different, even though they are in the payment space. But there's a lot of projects that's really in the payment space. But if you're asking what I think in terms of potential, I think they both have good potential. So hopefully that answers it. David, appreciate that. All right, BDC Motivation is asking about Meter, a layer 2 solution. Investors include Pantera, GBIC, and a whole lot of stuff. Okay, Max Supply. Partnership, Chainlink, Elrond, Matic, Anchor, DOS, Orion, Harmony. I did look at this. The other day. Is it Meter Stable? No, it's just Meter Governance. Very low small cap, right? So can they go 10x from here? Easily. The exchanges is holding them back. Gate.io is the biggest one. MXC, okay. But still, not the biggest ones. So, supercharged Ethereum, so layer 2 solution. Now, in terms of the backers, I would say Pantera is a pretty good one. The other ones I have not heard of. AU21 I have. The other ones I have not. All right, so what else is there? They compare themselves to Matic, yes, although they're partnered up with Matic or Polygon, which is very weird, right? So you know what I haven't done? I mean, you list a lot of stuff, these partnerships. Some of them are light partnerships, let's be honest. But let's look at the team. Let's see. I haven't looked at their team yet. So this will really determine whether or not I like this project. So co-founder and chief of everything officer, and another co-founder, chief architect, another co-founder, core developer. All right. So these are the main 3 guys. First one, he is in California. Let's see. First of all, he has his MBA in finance. He worked at Microsoft before for 2 years. And then worked at Sony, Motorola, Huawei. As marketing, though. Okay. That's weird. Product manager. And ZMT Capital. So this guy, he has a lot of experience. Worked in a lot of big companies. So he's a researcher and also an engineer and a product manager and And he's a VC too, because he was at JD Capital and ZMT. So actually, this guy is pretty good. His experience is pretty good. Let's see the other one: Ericsson, Cisco. Okay, Brocade. So this guy's pure engineer. Pretty good stuff. He was at Ericsson for 8 years. Pretty impressive. And then the last guy. Oh, he went to Purdue. Nice. I did too. Masters of Science Engineering. And then he went to Hawaii for about 2 years. But I went to, okay. You know what? I got to say, this team is pretty impressive. It's a good, you know, what do you call it? Good seasoned professionals that know what they're doing. That's been around the block. Maybe with the exception of Simon, because he's a little bit younger. But you know what? I think this could be a good one. This could be a good one. The layer 2 solution, you know, landscape is very filled, very populated. But because of the team, they could do it. They could do it. Now, the only thing I think is holding it back is the exchanges. But maybe they could do something better. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the maybe list because I think that's actually pretty good. All right, so just so I'm not missing anything, the next one is FIO. FIO's at 100 million. It is on Binance. That is a big plus in terms of going up 10x. Making crypto products easier so anyone could use them. What does that mean? One identity for all your crypto. FIO addresses are a single identifier that eliminates the need to see or even know about blockchain addresses. Easy, okay? So it's like a human readable address, right? Like an email address. I think they give it out like Jane@Smith or something like that. Don't just send requests, so you could actually like create invoices. Transactions with the contacts. You could put metadata in there. Okay. Well, I think it's definitely a good idea, but there's a lot of wallets, you know, that need to be integrated. But it looks like they started already. The Infinode wallet, Koinomi, which is a big one, Garda. They're working with Shapeshift, so they're starting it already. Hey, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. This is like the first time anyone ever brought this up. See, a lot of people always look at like a $5 million one, like a $5 million, $10 million market cap, and they think they're the only ones that could do 10x. This one actually looks like it could do a 10x. You know, I know it's 100 million already, but can they go to $1 billion these days? Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to put this on the list of maybes too, because I actually really do like this. I like this a lot. All right, so that's number 2, FIO. So thanks for bringing that up. So what else did I miss? Tencent. Ooh, they took a beating today. Yeah, I looked at this before. Not a fan at all. Not a fan at all. Just want to hear your thoughts on Rubik. All right, let's see. Rubik Exchange. I hope this is the right one. Trading redefined. So they're a swap play. They're integrated with several of these guys. So you put in your token and you get, okay. So it's utilizing AMMs and order books. Okay. So there's some kind of like swap play. Honestly, this looks very archaic versus some of the other DEXs or swaps or AMMs. So, no, I don't like this. I don't like this. I looked at this I don't know if this is a 10x. This is like another virtual world with AR integrated. They've been kind of flat. I'm really worried about this. You could see there's volume and then there's no volume. So there's like, it seems like it was very pumped before and there's no volume anymore. And MXC, even though I heard of them, I don't know. That's going to really hold them back. So I'm not sure I like this project because there's a lot of stuff like this where it's like a virtual world. I take that back. This has nothing to do with AR. That's another project I was thinking of. But it's like a virtual world NFT kind of thing with gamification built in. It could work, but there's so many that's in this realm. And I'm just going to say maybe, but I don't like it that much. Michael asks, KDA, they create a real bridge. Yes. Michael, are you part of Patreon? Because I just looked at KDA within my Patreon group with someone. If that's you, then yes, I looked at KDA. And you know what? Kadena, they actually look pretty promising. They actually do look pretty promising. Founded by a guy who worked on the JP Morgan chain, and they do have a few things going for them. So I think they could be good. So they're basically, in a nutshell, they're really fast, very fast blockchain. So they have to prove themselves among, many chains out there. But they could be good, although they're also held back by the exchanges. So it's a maybe. It's a maybe. GMB struck a deal with Shopify. Let's see. First global alliance of merchants on a blockchain. Okay. So they're a marketplace solution, decentralized marketplace. So, I mentioned about Origin Protocol a lot, about decentralized marketplace, but it seems like they're doing the same thing. All right, gives power to the merchants. In-house SEO. That SEO is like a, real pain in the butt. Advisors. These guys look like serious dudes. Well, they could be okay. If they partner up with Shopify, I'm wondering what's the deal there, because they're trying to do the same thing. Anyways, they shot up to the moon, probably because they got added on KuCoin or something. Because KuCoin gives a huge pump recently, so I would watch out for that. But you know what? Let's just do real quick. JMB, Shopify. Let's see if there's anything to it. No, I don't see it. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll do maybe. I don't know. I'm not so sold on that project just yet. Trope asks about FXF. Finex Flow. 54 million. On Gate.io. Oh, that's not so good. I've seen this before. First hybrid liquidity aggregator. Designed to offer best rates because, yeah, it's trying to aggregate from everything. This is exactly like Orion Protocol. But Orion Protocol has their terminal out already. Does this have a terminal? See, it seems like they're just providing they're providing a backbone. They're providing the protocol. So do they have a terminal? Let's see. It seems like they do. Or they only have an app. Okay, so they don't have the mobile one yet. I mean, they could be good, but like I said, I'm a big supporter of Orion Protocol, which does exactly the same thing, and they're doing a little bit more. So, I mean, they can compete. I mean, Orion is a little bit bigger at 200 million. So can they go up 10x? I don't know if they can go up 10x. Maybe. Can they go up 5x? Maybe. But again, these exchanges is really holding it back. I say it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just the exchanges and competition. Hydra. Yeah, I looked at Hydra before. I'm not a big fan. It's like one big deflationary token, and I'm not a fan of tokens that are just about deflationary aspects. PayPolitan, all-in-one payment solution. So they had an IEO on Bit4X. So this is probably incubated or something by them. Hurry up. Let's look at the team real quick. He's just a visor. Okay. Well, this guy's a serious dude. It's a chairman Polka Ventures. Okay, so he invests in companies. He was a telecom guy. I mean, he's a seasoned professional, not really in blockchain world. I mean, it's okay, but there's so many like that out there. So I don't know. There's so many financial apps out there. Tom says, should I have listened to you about KuCoin with exchange tokens be so hot? Coinbase IPO. Thoughts on Crypto.com not keeping up? Well, here's the thing. Crypto.com has pumped up a lot already. Look at how big it is. Where is it? It's over $5 billion. That's why it has not moved so much. And quite honestly, if you look at Crypto.com's volume, well, I was looking at it from, was it CoinGecko? The volume of trading on Crypto.com is actually very tiny versus even KuCoin. So that's probably the reason why it has not gone up so much, because it's already really high and they don't have that much volume right now. All right, you guys are, I have to move faster because even these $10 super chats are going to be disappearing pretty soon. Finance and measure regulators. Let's bring DeFi and traditional finance. What does that mean? Lending, asset management, payment. Again, just like the last one, there's a lot of people. I mean, a lot of projects that's doing the same thing, right? But it seems like their lending platform and stuff is still not done. They're just doing their private sale, so they're a little bit far off from some of the other projects. So I'd say too early at this point. Value went up about 200 million in locked-in assets in a day. Are you sure about that? Because it still says 35 million right here. Value DeFi, bringing true value to DeFi. Yeah, so they're another project, just a DeFi play. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the small cap one that's very similar to this that I did cover before that I like a lot more is EasyFi. EasyFi is fantastic, and they've been doing very well. And also TrueFi, to extent, I think is a good one. But this one, I'm not so sure of. Token. Yeah, this is too small, man. The chance of this, you know, is so small that yeah, it's not gonna really go up at this point, unless it really has some traction. So I'm gonna skip over that. Tower and Chain Games. I like them. I know of them because they're under Animoca brands. And you know what? Tower is one that is just like a really hit game. Even Yatsu said they didn't promote Tower at all, but it just caught on, right? And Chain Games, well, Chain Games is not under Animoca Brands, but I mean, Chain Games is more about esports, and they shot up recently quite a bit. You know, it's about betting on like Fortnite tournaments and stuff like that. So I don't know too. I mean, they're both promising. They're both promising. Chain Games is held back by this, and Tower is too. Neither one is on a good exchange. And Chain Games like shot up to the moon before, so that's why they're coming down. We'll see. We'll see. They both have promise. They both have promise. All right, let's look at Bax real quick. Bax or Bab? Oh, yeah, I looked at this yesterday. It's about, I was not very impressed. This is about like charity. To basically, if you have a cause or something like that that you want to fundraise for, that's what this was for. This is not a revolutionary idea. There's a lot of projects like that out there. So I don't like it. The only reason why they pumped, honestly, I think it's because they got added on KuCoin. I didn't know why they went up so much until I found out they were just added on KuCoin. So they're still riding that wave right now. Matthew has a big super chat. A look at Block V, specifically their Twitter account. Curious your thoughts on projects with Duritz, Doughrise, Ben & Jerry's, KFC to name a few. KFC dropping soon. Projects Reeve Collins, founder of Tether, Mike Novogratz. All right, let's first of all pull this up here. Well, digital good economy, okay. So they're coming out with basically NFTs, right? But you said look at their Twitter. Yeah, so Ben & Jerry's Australia has golden egg NFTs on there. It's important to note that it's Australia, not the US. I have seen this before. Doritos. You know what the problem is? I think, okay, let's look at the first one here. I think the problem is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I think with some of these goods, people just aren't paying attention. Like Doritos. Like if you're eating Doritos, do you really care about like finding an NFT as a prize or something? The same thing with, I don't know, other stuff. I have seen this project before, very long time ago, and I'm like, I don't know. There's something about it that's just a little bit off. Yeah, maybe because it's listed on a Bitfinex. But yeah, you could see it has no traction at all. None. This is like a dead project. Look at this volume. 550,000 in 24 hours. That is horrible. Horrible. Yeah, I would say, you know what? No. Oh, here's the other thing too. A lot of these are from like early 2020, right? So in terms of 2021, seems like they have kind of died down. So I don't know. It seems like this project is pretty dead. You know, I would stay away from it. Difference between XLM, XLPG, XLMG, I don't really understand. Can't find a... Well, I don't know what those other ones are. I could tell you about XLM. So XLM is very similar to Ripple. It's a DAG. It's meant to be a payment system, but it's more than that. You could utilize a lot of things with it, but for the most part, it is a payment system. So the other ones that you're talking about, XLPG and XLMG, sounds like they're in the same space too. So it's just a matter of traction. There's a lot of payment systems out there. There's a lot of very fast blockchains or DAGs or ledgers that is meant to serve that purpose. We talked about Pundi does that, Nano does that. There's Digibyte even does that. There's a lot out there. Even Ripple does that. So, yeah. I don't know if that helps. Curate, I looked at Curate, not a big fan at this point. They're coming out with the all-in-one marketplace, and they partner up. The only thing that's really going for them, and this is not even done yet, they want to do an NFT marketplace, but they decided to partner up with like Travala, Shopping.io. So it seems like they're just way too early at this point. They're not really close to being done. So Curate, I'm gonna say, not yet. UBX, yeah, a lot of people keep asking about UBX. I don't see it. There's too much hype around it. So I don't see it yet. Safe Haven, I don't like Safe Haven either. I think it's built on VeChain, but you know, it's a way to pass on your assets to your loved ones, and I would not trust a crypto company to do that. Who knows if they're going to be around by the time you pass away. It just doesn't make any sense. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah, I just got done. You must have joined late. I just did a whole sponsor segment about Bog Finance and how they came out with their limiting trading tool and their charting. They are executing. They're coming out with a lot of stuff for Binance Smart Chain, that's for sure. All right, hopefully I caught every single super chat because they're disappearing really quickly here. And then I'm going to have to let you guys go pretty soon. QLC chain. Pretty small. Decentralized network as a service. Create a secure and trusted environment for communication services to narrow down digital divide by leveraging, okay, enabling everyone to enable, okay. From telecom network to value network. SMS billing and clearance. Yeah, you could definitely tell a lot of their verbiage, everything they're talking about is like from a telecom standpoint. So they're utilizing what they know and trying to make it better somehow with the decentralized blockchain. Tony Gu, founding partner NGC. So that isn't that with Neo? Oh, no, that's not Neo, but that's another one. So he's been around the block, especially in the crypto world. I don't know, maybe. It's a little complicated. It's a little complicated to understand, and I don't really know what they're trying to tackle. It's somehow from like a telecom to becoming a better way of doing telecom almost, right? Like a communications tool. But I don't really know what it's doing. So, I don't know. Maybe. I'll just leave it at that. Student coin, 10x potential. It can. ICOs can. It has such big hype around it. It's just a project created by students that creates NFTs and DeFi tokens. So maybe. What's PYXIS? All right, I gotta go soon here. 100% token buyback, high staking reward, low gas fees, buy, stake, relax, built to run forever, world stake. All right, I'm gonna stop again. This is one of those projects, like a deflationary one that's just throwing a lot of buzzwords and terms to make you feel like the token is gonna go up forever. And I don't like projects like that. James asks, any other exchange tokens undervalued? You know, I would say Voyager, but they're a little bit different because they already have stock out there, right? And I think their crypto is worth more than their stock by a large margin. So I do like Voyager quite a bit, and they have stalled out. But I don't know. They may go up with the trend. So we'll see. We'll see. And Voyager may open up in the US because their stock is in the Canadian market right now. L-Land or Etherland just dropped their huge diamond. It sounds like Ethland. What is it? E-L-A-N-D? I don't even see it. I don't even know what project this is, Annie. Buybacks token. Oh, you know what? Buybacks is another one, but they're not very big. Buybacks came out like 2018-ish at their exchange. And, you know, they just lost a lot of traction. I remember, oh, you know, another exchange that has a token is BitMEX. But they, no, not BitMEX, BitMax. But they got bought out by another company. So, yeah, Ascendex. So these two, they're actually pretty big. They're 1 billion. But Buybox, they kind of died. BitMax, you know, they could do well. They could do well. They have some tokens on there, and I've used them before. So that could be a good one. All right. I think that's pretty much it. You know what? To sum up, I think the last one I missed is Pit. Let's just look at Pit real quick. Pit stop, 1.3 million. It doesn't even show up. It's too early. All right. So to conclude, man, look at this. While I've been just chatting away with you guys, Binance token is now at 480. $480, right? It's gonna be at 500 and 1,000 pretty soon. Binance token is just unstoppable. And what is KCS? I'm just curious what it is now. 1745. So they're both doing very well. All right. So out of the ones that we looked at today, okay, I gotta say there's 3 that has a lot of promise. Number 1 is Meter. You know, really, really low cap, but you know the team is pretty seasoned. So I think they could do well. Layer 2 solution. So number 1 is Meter. Number 2 is Fio, where you could create a human readable address for your wallet and you could do other things with it. Kind of like almost unstoppable domains, but it's a little bit different. This also looks pretty good. And then also Condena, which I think has promise because of what is it? Shoot, I totally forgot. Oh, because how they are involved with JP Morgan, their blockchain, and super fast. So I think these 3 can do it. I like these 3. This morning also, someone showed me one that actually looks a lot of promise. I'll just tell you guys that, and you guys have to hunt for it. All right, guys, that is it. So thanks for tuning in. Have your Friday. I'm going to give you a Friday night back. Enjoy, and make sure you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.